Okay, so the Supreme team have released an unofficial pro version of Retropie and also loads of other things, and it is really impressive. So this is what you get if you install the full version, which is 16 gig, and it opens up to much bigger, but it fits onto a 32 gig stick, which I've got. But I haven't plugged in a USB stick yet, so you can see that as you go through, there's not a lot of games on there. I think the Oric has a few games on there. Yeah, so 5 games on the Oric, so you can see Buggy Boy, Pulsoid, so on. So what I wanted to do, because lots of other people have covered the system and the way it's been updated and various things like that, which is really impressive, but I just wanted to try put some games on from a USB stick and see what happens. This is also, again, this is all pre-installed, Beats of Rage, Quake 2. Quake 2 I tried just now, and it was incredibly smooth, but it wasn't configured for my controller, and I was having trouble with my controller. So I'm not gonna do that in this video. I'm gonna reboot this with my USB stick and show you what happens. Okay, so this is how it looks with my USB stick in. So if I go to all games, you can see there's 53 games available. I've got some Spectrum games on my stick, 10 games, Super NES, 3 games, Saturn, there's just the 1 game. That'll be interesting to try because that doesn't usually work on many things. PlayStation, 3 games, PlayStation Portable, 2 games, N64, 3 games, and so on. So a link to download this, I'll put a link to the Rexa show video which details all about this build, and it's a really good video, and he's provided the link, so I'll link to that video. You can go there and find that and download that. There's also another video of one of the devs going through and detailing about the system, so I won't go through all of that, I'll just play some games. So PlayStation Portable, let's go for GTA. And I haven't configured or done anything to this at all, so it'll be really interesting to see how it starts up. You can see it started up full screen and then quit out. Okay, let's try Motocross. I know one of my GTAs doesn't work, and that could be the one that I put on there. So let's skip through all these screens. Yeah, all the menus seem to work fine. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, which I haven't done anything to. Nice to see it proper full screen. Looks really good. And they've gone through and they've basically played around with the configuration to try and get the best from it. Oh, where are they going? Surely I'm going the right way, am I? Yeah, I was. Yeah, this very good. Straight out the box, full screen. It looks really nice. So I guess they've played around with various filters and settings, because with PPSSPP, which this is using, there are all sorts of things you can do to change it, but that does feel really good. Oh, I was off track then. I'm back on. And it's working well with the analog stick. Oh, they're overtaking me now, I can see them. I've got other versions of GTA which I can try, but that version that I put on my stick, I've just been playing around, just added a few things to do this video. Yeah, that's definitely better than the previous video I made with this one. Let's go with that. So let's quit out of that. Oh, and you get all the PPSSPP menus, look. So all the settings and things you can change. Whoa, what did I press? Start and select? Settings. There you go. So you can play around and see what they've done, but it looks like they've done a good job in how they've set that up. So I'm going to leave that as it is. Exit the menu. Where does that take me then? Oh, you can see my 2 games there. Exit. Yep, so I'm back here. So if I go across and go for a PlayStation game. Yeah, looking good. So they've obviously windowed it because the PlayStation isn't in widescreen, and I'm happy with that because I like to see things as they should be. Oh, actually, let's go back, because do I want demolition or do I want... Oh, no, demolition's the only option I've got anyway. graphics looking alright for PlayStation so far. PlayStation is one of the systems that looks more rough than a lot of other things, just because it was very early 3D. It was incredible what it was doing at the time. But remember, we had quite small TVs when we were playing on the PlayStation. And now we've got huge TV. Well, I've got a 43-inch TV, but I'm sat about 2 feet away from it. Oh, this is superb. Lovely and smooth, all very responsive. Ooh. Yeah, excellent. So they've done a really good job with PlayStation as well as PSP. I just want to play it, but I'm gonna stop there. So if I press Start, Select, and Home, does that exit me? I can't seem to exit out in the way that I normally would. I'm going to try F4 because that was mentioned. Yeah, it looks like F4 on the keyboard exits you out. So let's go across and see what else we've got. See if Sega Rally works. I don't think I've had it working with RetroPie before. I had it working with, in another one of my videos, with, I think it was Mednafen I used. So let's see if this works. Again, it's starting off in a 4x3 screen, looking nice and clean. Oh, that looks a bit jerky though. As I say, this often doesn't work on things. I did find on Mednafen, running at a very low resolution, it did work for me. The menu looks alright. I've got my audio turned really low, but I think it's not sounding too good. And the Saturn is a really hard system to emulate for. Dreamcast was later, but works much better on emulation. But it was to do with all the custom chips and things. Yeah, it's not going to work well. Which one was accelerate? Triangle? Oh no, triangle changes my view. Okay, well I can see it's not going to go well. It looks like circle, but it's unresponsive. So let's leave that one. So let's try that F4 again to quit out. Which I don't know if that's working or not because it's running so slow. So the Dreamcast on this is, I guess, Rycast. So let's try a bit of V-Rally. So that looks nice. All the menus work nicely. Let's go to the French Alps, as I can't actually go there now. Oh, trigger is accelerate. Oh yeah, so here you go. So Dreamcast, a later system, but much easier to emulate for. And this, runs well. A little bit of a jitter there. So the Supreme team have done an incredible job. And I really want to play around with this and see what else is installed and comes with it. But so far so good. So we're getting great performance from PlayStation, from PPS-SPP or PlayStation Portable, and also Dreamcast. Yeah, really impressive. Anyway, I'm going to end it there because I've got loads to do. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.